Hello everybody, thank you for being here today. In this presentation, I am going to go through a brief history of amphibious aircraft. We will begin by exploring the early experimental phase and then the first truly amphibious aircrafts, the golden age of luxury air travel, utilization during World War II, and how their mainstream use declined post-war, and how they found second life in niche roles like firefighting, search and rescue, and remote exploration. Finally, we will look at the modern amphibians and discuss why they still matter today, and then compare their utility to that of helicopters. Alright y'all, let's get started. An amphibious aircraft is a type of airplane designed to operate on both land and water. There are two main types of amphibious aircraft, flying boats and float planes. Flying boats have hull-shaped fuselages that act like a boat on water. While many are used exclusively for water operations, most were also fitted with retractable landing gear for land-based runways. Float planes, on the other hand, have pontoons or floats mounted beneath a standard fuselage. These floats allow the plane to float on water, but usually cannot land on runways unless they are equipped with retractable landing gear. With that foundation, let's begin our journey through amphibious aviation history. At the dawn of the 20th century, aviation was still in its infancy. Powered flight was brand new, and enthusiasts around the world were testing all kinds of wild experimental designs, not just on land, but on water too. This era was all about pushing boundaries and exploring what might be possible. Among those early pioneers was Henry Fabre, a French aviator and engineer born in the port city of Marseille. With a background rooted in maritime knowledge, Fabre was set out to design a plane that could take off from water. In 1910, he made history with Le Canard, or the Duck, a hydroplane powered by a 50-horsepower rotary engine. On March 28, 1910, Fabre became the first person to successfully take off from water. His short flight, just under 500 meters, proved something truly revolutionary, that controlled power flight from water was possible. This achievement laid the foundation for what would eventually evolve into modern amphibious aircraft, and inspired other great minds like Glenn Curtiss and Gabriel Bazin. Once Henry Fabre and the Duck proved that taking off from water was possible, innovation in amphibious aircraft began accelerating rapidly. Engineers and aviators from around the world began building on that success, refining both design and performance. In 1912, French aviator François Denhout made a major breakthrough. He developed the first truly flying boat, the Donat Leveque. The Donat Leveque was the first amphibious aircraft to feature a stepped hull, a crucial innovation that reduced hydrodynamic drag and suction during takeoff, allowing the aircraft to lift from the water more efficiently. His hydrodynamic design was a game changer, laying groundwork for all future flying boats. Around this time, Glenn Curtiss, an American aviation pioneer and former motorcycle speed record holder, entered the scene. In 1913, he created the Model F for the Navy, an advanced seaplane that incorporated Donat's stepped hull. The Model F became widely used by the U.S. military for training, reconnaissance, and even anti-submarine missions. It showed that amphibious aircraft could be a powerful tool not only for transport, but for combat operations as well. Then in 1915, the Austrian company Lohner Werk built on these developments with their Lohner L series. These were rugged, versatile flying boats designed for reconnaissance and bombing. These aircraft could land almost anywhere, which made them invaluable for military exploration and coastal patrol. Their reliability influenced future designs and helped pave the way for amphibious aircraft in search and rescue and civilian exploration roles. In the 1930s, amphibious aviation entered its golden age, blending innovation with luxury and turning it into a glamorous experience. Airlines began designing flying boats to match the elegance of ocean liners, complete with dining rooms, lounges, and even bridal suites. Leading the way were the Pan Am clipper ships, like the Boeing 314, which offered transoceanic service with comfort and style. The fact that these large aircrafts could land on water allowed access to places without runways and thus expanding international travels. Imperial Airways followed suit with their Empire flying boats, connecting distant parts of the British Empire with long-range, luxurious flights. Another plane worth mentioning is the Dornier Do X, Germany's massive 12-engine flying boat. Though it had limited commercial success, it proved that large-scale luxury air travel across oceans was possible and pushed the limits of what amphibious aircraft could do. This era defined the romance of flying and turned the sky into a place of elegance and adventure. By the mid-1930s, the pressure of global conflict pushed amphibious aviation innovation forward, introducing many things still used today, including metal hulls for durability and variable pitch propellers for better performance. The standout of this era was the PBY Catalina. With its rugged design, long-range amphibious capabilities, it became one of World War II's most iconic flying boats. The Catalina could patrol vast ocean areas, attack submarines, and even land on rough seas or conventional runways. It also played a life-saving role in the Dumbo missions, rescuing downed airmen and shipwreck survivors far from land. Another major aircraft of the time was the Martian Mars, a massive transport flying boat designed for long-range logistics. It carried troops, cargo, and equipment across oceans and was built to handle heavy loads while landing on water. Though better known after the war, its design came from some wartime innovations. Together, aircraft like the Catalina and the Mars reshaped military strategy, bridging land, sea, and air to extend Allied reach, support remote operations, and save lives on a global scale. After World War II, aviation as a whole entered a new era. Land-based aircraft became faster, larger, and more efficient, and global airport infrastructure rapidly expanded. As dedicated runways and modern air traffic networks spread worldwide, amphibious aircraft, once essential due to limited infrastructure, began to fade from the mainstream commercial use. So where'd they go? Many amphibious planes were retired or repurposed. Their unique ability to land on water still made them valuable in remote regions, especially for search and rescue, emergency response, and operations in areas without runways. Over time, they also found new life in luxury tourism market. Scenic charter flights, exclusive island tours, and nostalgic getaways brought them back, not as transportation necessities, but as unique high-end experiences. The romance of water landings became their new appeal, transforming these aircraft from everyday workhorses into rare and specialized treasures. Today, amphibious aircraft are still no longer used for traditional commercial travel, but they've found their use in critical modern roles, especially in aerial firefighting and search and rescue. One of the best-known examples is the Canadair CL-415, also known as the Super Scooper. It can quickly scoop water from lakes or oceans and drop it on wildfires. Its success has inspired a modern upgrade, the DHC-515, built for even better performance. From Russia, the Berev BE-200 is another standout. With its powerful turbofan engines and large water-carrying capacity, it is used worldwide to fight fires and conduct rescue missions in hard-to-reach areas. Both these aircraft prove that while their mainstream use has declined, amphibians still save lives from the skies to the sea. When it comes to accessing remote, rugged, or water-based environments, both helicopters and seaplanes offer unique advantages. But while helicopters are known for their ability to hover, land vertically, and operate in tight spaces, seaplanes bring capabilities that helicopters simply can't match. Seaplanes are designed for sustained, efficient flight, allowing them to consume less fuel and fly much further than helicopters. They also offer greater payload capacity. Thanks to their larger airframes and greater lift, seaplanes can carry more passengers and heavier equipment than most helicopters. And when it comes to altitude, seaplanes have another advantage. They can cruise higher at higher elevations, which allows them to fly over rugged terrain and navigate through challenging weather conditions, areas where helicopters might struggle or be unable to operate safely. Take the Shin Maiwa US-2 for example, a modern rescue seaplane capable of landing in waves up to 10 feet high. That kind of performance is far beyond what helicopters can handle in rough sea conditions, making the US-2 an essential asset in maritime emergency response. In climate research and environmental monitoring, seaplanes are equally valuable. Their ability to operate from lakes, rivers, and coastal waters allows scientists to reach areas that are inaccessible to both land-based aircraft and helicopters, especially on extended missions that require greater range and onboard equipment. So while helicopters will always be crucial for short-range, point-to-point missions, seaplanes offer unmatched versatility when the mission calls for speed, distance, and water access. In many critical scenarios, the right answer isn't one or the other, it's understanding why and when seaplanes make all the difference. In the 21st century, amphibious aircraft have continued to evolve, now focusing on sustainability, efficiency, and versatility. Modern designs use advanced composites and next-generation propulsion to serve niche roles in regional travel, recreation, and remote access. One exciting concept is the Polaris by Tidal Flight, a hybrid electric seaplane that combines reduced fuel burn with ultra-quiet operation. With seating for 12 and low takeoff noise, it is expected to begin testing soon, with commercial service targeted by 2030. Then there's the Icon A5, a sleek two-seat flying boat made for adventure. This features folding wings, a spin-resistant airframe, and even a full aircraft parachute for added safety. Perfect for recreational pilots. Another standout is the Dornier Seastar CD2, a high-performance all-composite amphibian with twin engines and a push-pull setup. It carries up to 12 passengers and combines long-range, rugged, corrosion-resistant construction. These aircraft show that amphibious innovation isn't just surviving, it's soaring into the future.